Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my Hyperion progression series. And today we have probably a more focused video compared to some of the others. We have one particular goal in this video, and it is to clear Hard Lotus. In the previous part, we died out twice trying to go for the Hard Lotus clear because we tried it the day before reset, and I didn't get enough tries in to try to go for the full clear, otherwise I would have attempted it a few more times. But now that we are in a new week and the reset has passed, we want to be able to clear Hard Lotus for sure this time around, and also we have a lot of events that we'll be able to make use out of to clear the boss more consistently. So today it is a Saturday, and you can see on the left hand side it is currently double miracle time, which means that today we have twice the chances of tearing up our shoes. We have some cubes left over from the last DMT session where we did our overall, and I want to see if I can get my shoes first to Legendary. And then I'll talk about what events are coming up next and what my steps forward are going to be. So let's start off this video with trying to get our shoes to Legendary. Wow, we managed to hit 774. I actually don't know how I feel about that. That's 18%. Let's just keep going. We can realistically get 23%. Okay, we finally get our tier up. Let's see if we can get our legendary tier up. Hopefully it's not going to be too expensive. Ah, wow. And a reveal on 23. Okay. That went much better than expected. We have still leftover cubes for following DMTs. Wow, that feels pretty good. The crazy part was too, I was really hoping to be able to use these solid cubes, and they're kind of expiring. I don't have anything to use them on at the moment except I guess this Lithium Heart. By the way guys, I do have a unique Lithium Heart because I put some hard cubes on it and it tiered up to unique, which kind of sucks because the Lithium Heart isn't very good, and also you don't really want to spend cubes to try to roll a Lithium Heart. Well, I have some solid cubes so I might as well, hey. Some of them like... Did it seriously tear up to Legendary? Well, as I was saying, usually you don't want this to tear up because it's harder to reroll, and now it is very hard to reroll because I'm only going to ever use solid cubes. I'm not buying cubes for this Lithium Heart. Oh, I really hope that this hits 6% int. Oh, am I greedy for this? There is 3% there. Oh, let's go for 6%. Who cares? At least now I have something to use these solid cubes on. Okay, there we go, we get 6%. I have a legendary Lithium Heart. For the record, usually you want to go for the Fairy Heart. The Fairy Heart is a heart that usually you have during events. But it does cost a lot of money. It does cost about 4 bill to buy from the shops. But it does give you the chance of getting it to a pretty high potential. Mostly because hearts are very easy to roll. So the fact that I even have this at 6% is kind of silly. It was entirely from these hard cubes and solid cubes. But I guess it ended fine. 6%. Well, there we go. That's our DMT done. That's very lucky. We got our 2-line int on reveal on the legendary tier. And now we just need to wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is 5, 10, 15, which is a very powerful star forcing event. It's very similar to Shining. We get guaranteed star from 15 to 16, which makes our 17th star very cheap to go for, because we technically only need to roll it once. And I do have about 13 bill on me, and quite a few items to upgrade. I believe I have like 5 items that need to be pushed to 17 or beyond, and then I'll need to perhaps even fix some potentials, because I do want to use this Dominator Pendant, which is the 72 and 5 flame. The one I'm using at the moment is just 92, which is fine, but the 72 and 5 is definitely better, and I don't think I'll need to beat this flame. This flame is perfectly fine. It is already 15 star, but that's okay. We can use it as fodder for the future Superior Golix Pendant, which we only currently have one of. And yeah, we'll just wait for tomorrow for our 5, 10, 15 Star Forcing event, and we'll see how we go there. Good morning, everyone. We are here today on this sunny Sunday. We just woke up and we are ready to do some things on this event. We're going to make some pretty big gains, like I said earlier. We have our DMT out of the way, and now we are going to do a bunch of Star Forcing. But before we do Star Forcing, I have one more gain that I will get, hopefully. We have waited a few months now to finally get the coins needed for our last Superior piece. I just need to get 26 coins, and then I'll have 700. Hopefully in this next run that I do, I will be able to get enough coins for the last superior piece, and it adds a hell of a lot of damage. It adds, I believe, 30 boss damage and 30 IED, so it will complete our 4 set, and that is just another item that we can also get to 17 stars. So that's what I'm going to do first before I do my star forcing. I'm really going to hope for the at least 26 Golix coins. There we go, we got our Golix clear, and now we're just gonna really hope for at least 26 coins. Please, Golix, give us the 26 coins. He got a Golix belt, that's good, but do we have the coins? Ah, yes, we got 27 coins from today, putting us at 700. That is enough for us to finish our 4-set superior. Ah, this is going to be such a big gain. I want to make sure I buy the right piece. It needs to be the superior Golix ring, because I already have the pendant. And there we go. 4-set superior done, and we can pretty much upgrade this straight away. And even as an empty ring, it already beats out quite a lot of our gear in terms of just raw stat, mostly because the other rings do not have any stat. They have one line of int and with item drop, so once we do gear this up, the damage difference will be quite a lot bigger. So what I've done here is I moved across all the things that are important into this corner. These are the things we're going to be eventually working on, and over on the left side is just like my spares and my fodders and whatnot. Today, we are just trying to get together our damage gear to try to finish off some of the slots that we have just kind of waiting. A lot of our equipment is either just drop gear, meso gear, or just chilling at random stars. And the first thing I'm going to do with this 5, 10, 15 is to try to get all the things I think I need to 17 to get to actually 17. And there's quite a few pieces of equipment, so I'm just going to go down a list. The first one is for sure the weapon. Unfortunately, I do have to probably safeguard everything because I don't want to have to go back and get another weapon, for example. It is a lot of Damien kills, and I have to do the weeklies quite a lot to be able to get it back. So we're just going to be in this little hope room to try to get a lot of these things to 17 and hope that it's cheap with the safeguard, because it does double the cost. But I do have quite a big filler. I do have 13 bill saved up for this event. And also, before I forget, I forgot to do this at the very beginning. I'm currently sitting at 24k stat, so we'll see how we go after the event is done. Next, I'm going to do my shoes, because we just got this as well. Next, I believe, is the belt. Well, that was a bit of a stubborn piece, but eventually we got there to 17. Next up, let's do our superior pendant. And I believe we can start working on some of our secondary gear. So these are the pieces of equipment that we haven't touched on just yet, because those slots are already filled with our meso gear. So these are pretty much brand new in a sense. Except for these superior earrings. Let's get these to 17. So this is an old piece of equipment, and we finally just got it to 17. Next up, we have a new pink bean mark that we're going to use to replace our meso pink bean mark, or black bean mark rather. We also have this Carnage treasure. I am not super convinced on working on this one because I don't think that it beats out the other gear that easily. I might just get it to 17 first and see what happens from there. So it's not too much worse than my event rings, thankfully. It is missing the potential lines like I said, so maybe it's not too bad. We'll just keep it as that for now. Next thing we need to do is get this new Dominate pendant all the way to 17, so let's get this done. Okay, there we go, 17 star Dom pendant. And then the last thing we need to 17 star, I believe, is this superior Golix ring, and as I showed earlier, I think from the Identisk event they give us a 17 star scroll. And I'm just going to use that because this is a level 160 item, or 150 rather, so it is a bit more on the expensive side, so this will save us a little bit of money. I believe now if I put everything on, this should all be our damage gear, something like this. All of them are chilling at 17 star now at a bare minimum, just double checking all the items here. Oh, and also our earring. And we are a lot stronger, even though a lot of things don't have a potential. It's mostly because of this superior Gulk set. They give us a lot of IED. Gives us 30 IED and 30 boss damage, so these two stats are quite high. And I believe I'm not even wearing my links, so this is what my IED and boss damage kind of looks like with links and Legion. And my Legion is still currently sitting on this training Legion, so yeah. That set bonus by itself is already pretty big significant gain. We've gained about 1000 stat as well, and a lot of these items that I put on don't even have any potential, so it should be even a lot higher. Now I have two options. The first one is to do the fun thing and relatively easy thing, which is to cube these things up. Or the second option is to try to push our Star Force a little bit further than what we have at the moment. I do still have about 10 bill, and I am actually kind of down to try to push some of my Seras to higher stars. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roulette these items one at a time to a higher star and see how much my money takes me. So once my hat goes to 18, for example, I'm going to move on to my top and then get that to 18 and then my pants, and I'll just keep cycling between those three pieces. This is because the Seras are basically best in slot for me, and we have quite a lot of spares. So it looks like I have about 15 spares of each of the pieces. Hopefully that is enough. I don't want to go through 15 pieces if I can help it. But yeah, we'll just see how we go and how lucky we get. And yeah, we'll just see how we end up. I'm just going to roulette the 3 CRA pieces and yeah, hope for the best. So we actually did manage to get everything to 18 star pretty cheap. I still have 8 bill or 9 bill. Kind of down to keep going. Let's keep going for 19. Okay, we managed to get 119. Things are looking pretty good. Let's go for the top now. Wow, this top has 1 tap to 19 as well. Let's go for the pants. Ooh, we get our first CRA boom, but that's to be expected. The top did go pretty fast, pretty cheap, so I'm not too surprised. Let's go replace these pants, and we will try again. Whoa. Well, that was a fast one. Another boom, but that's okay. Pretty cheap boom. And this is the best thing about the Seras. They have basically infinite spares, so we don't have to worry too much about them blowing up. We can keep trying on these until we run out of money. Most likely, I think typically you'll run out of money before you run out of spares. But if it does get really unlucky and I do have no spares, I'll just settle on 17. Ooh, another boom. These pants are not liking it today. And there we have it. We got our full set of Sierra to 19. Now the question is, this is probably the most difficult question. Do I try to push further than 19 on these gears? Or do I try to push further on other gear? This is because 19 to 20 is technically the most difficult star in the game. And there is a pretty fair chance that if I don't get to 20, there's a chance that with this remaining amount of money, I don't get back to 19. There's a very fair chance that that does happen. Alternatively, I could try to tap other things, or I can spend the money and potential things. It does feel kind of bad to potential a lot of things because we do have a DMT coming up for accessories, and the DMT is coming up next week. So I kind of want to save some money for that. There is quite a lot of equipment I would like to push, but at the same time, we don't get Star Forcing events too often. I'm not really sure what I should do. So what I've decided to do is, after a bit of thinking and some chatting with my friends, I think I'm going to actually try to push the gear to 20 and then settle on 20. It sounds a bit weird because usually when you get to 20 you want to tap for 21, but I think that I would rather not risk blowing up anything considering that these gains are pretty high. And if the piece I choose to try to go for 20 doesn't go, then I'll probably end up with 2 19s and a 17 on the Sierra, and I think I can be pretty happy with that anyway. I think 2 19s and a 17 seems pretty reasonable. So I'm going to try roulette these guys to to 20. Oh, first tap and we missed the star catch as well. Oh, my heart was racing there a little bit when I missed the star catch. Okay, so we got 1 piece to 20. That is actually pretty huge. Let's try another piece. Oop, our top boomed. Let's get another one. Oh, we got the top also to 20. Okay, now I think that with 2 bill left, I don't have enough money to go for the pants as well. As much as I would like to try to also go for the pants, I don't think I can afford it. Ah, man, okay, that's pretty good. We came out of this event really nicely. 13 bills spent, actually closer to 11 bills spent. We got everything basically to 17 star, and we got our hat, our top to 20, and our pants to 19. Now, one thing that I do want to address is that a lot of people would tell me to tap from 20 to 21. I believe the chances overall to make it to 21 is about 80%. So the chances of it to actually go to 21 is quite high. But because these stars are so valuable to me, and we don't know when the next star forcing event's going to be, I'm just going to settle at 20 until I have a bigger cash stack to get it back to 20 if it were to boom. Because there is a significant chance of booming. I think it's like 7% or something like that. Yeah, 7%. To blow up, which is pretty realistic on, like, I could just tap it now and it would just blow up. So I'm just going to keep it at 20. I'll be happy with these guaranteed gains, and we walk away with this event super happy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new 17 stars, and then 119 and 2 20 stars, all from 10 to 11 bill. Now the rest of the money will go into my accessories, and I'm just going to potential them up and then get something on them, because they've got basically nothing. I know there's DMT coming up, but we might as well make these pieces usable. I only have a slight problem with making these potentials usable. I don't actually have any epic potential scrolls, and I use them all from the event. So we might have to just start from rare and see how this goes. Feels kind of bad, but it is what it is. I do have some hard cubes that I can throw on these to see if they'll tear up to epic, so let's try that first. Okay, we got 1 tier up there. Let's see if we can get the ring. Oh, we got the ring tier up as well. Now we can roll for, I think, 6% in. And if we get lucky, we might even tier up to unique. Okay, no unique tier-ups. Now we have some spare solid cubes that we can throw on these. Let's start with the ring, doesn't have anything. Okay, nothing. Because these are just on epic, I might just use these mystical cubes to get at least 6% on them first. And then just skip on it for now. I'll just wait for double miracle time to push it past epic. Here we go, 6%, and the Dom pendant as well. Oh, we hit 9%, that's pretty good. As for these pieces, these ones were already unique, I believe, from just using random hard cubes. And they don't have any lines. And I'm pretty happy just throwing some glowing cubes on them, just to re-roll them. I don't want to buy more than what I have at the moment. Let's just try one at a time. Try to get 9% on each of them. And if we're lucky, it might tear up. The chances of tearing up with these are pretty low. Okay, 9% on that ring. And we need to do it on this black bean mark. Oh, we get 12% here. That's pretty good. One thing I probably should have checked is whether or not the event ring is better. And it looks like that the 17 star Kana treasure ring is just ever so slightly better than my event ring. So I guess we can use this for the time being. These gears are going to be sticking like this until we get the double miracle time to try to push them further. I don't want to spend money knowing that in like 6 days we're going to have an event. So we're going to leave it at that for the time being. Another thing that we have on today is actually our Mag Soul event. So what we can do is we can use some of these to see if we can get a Mag Soul. I only want the Mag Soul from the ones that are good. So we have a few tries of some decent Mag Souls here and there. And I'll also try these Hyperion ones because we might be able to get something useful. And then we can put the Hyperion one on to our Absolab. I don't want to put any Mag Souls on, but if we can get a magic attack one, it would be nice. Ooh, we got one Mag Soul from Queen. That's pretty cool. Ooh, we have a Mag Cygnus. That's pretty nice. Another Mag Cygnus. That's pretty good. You know what? These were pretty good pulls today from the Mag Souls. You don't typically have that many Mag Souls to get, but I managed to get 2, so I'm pretty happy with that. I decided not to open the rest of the souls because I think probably one of these already have magic attack on them. So I do have one in, one from Pink Bean. Let's see if we have any magic attack ones. Surprisingly, we only got one magic attack one, and it was actually an Arcarium soul. What I'm going to try is I'm going to try to put one of these magnificent Arcarium souls on my weapon first and see if we can get anything. 17 all stat, not that useful. Let's try another one. Did I get another 17 all stat? I got 2 17 all stats. Okay. Unfortunately, they are worse than a standard 24 int. So I have the option of either using the 24 int mag soul, or I could use the 4 attack Arcarium soul. I think I'll just go with the Magnus one and call it a day. Just a flat 24 int. That's fine. And as for the rest of these souls, what you can do is you can actually put this into this little soul collector book. So then it doesn't clog your inventory, and you can kind of work towards somewhat of a collection. It's kind of nice. So I'm just going to spend some time doing this, and I'll see you guys in a second. And with that all cleaned up, let's have a look at our stat now. We started at, I think, about 24k, and now we're sitting at almost 27,000. And to clean things up, we do have a few symbols that do need a little bit of upgrading. I held off from tearing these up just because we had an event up. All the symbols upgraded. Spent a lot of money, 500 mil. And now we are sitting at almost 28,000. Let's put in our links as well to kind of have a better idea of what our stats are going to look like when we do our bosses. We have 91 ID without our FAMs. So with our FAMs, it should put us to about 95, which is pretty good. Yep. We have 235 boss damage as well. This is looking pretty clean for us. I realize I'm also on the wrong legion, so let's fix that. And there we go. These are our stats that we're going to use. I'm going to have clean going into Hard Lotus. There's only one more game that I kind of wish I had, which is my Hexamatrix. I haven't done my daily today, so I would actually have enough fragments to get this Aura Scythe boost or the Altar of Annihilation. But the problem is I don't have the Soul Erda, because I believe you only get 600 a day from doing this, and I'll be off by quite a bit. And I don't know how long it will take me to actually farm up that Soul Erda. So unfortunately, I won't be able to have this extra boost while doing the bosses. But that's okay, we made quite a lot of gains from just our Star Forcing and some of the potentials alone. And I think we are ready to give Hard Lotus another try. So I'm gonna go grab some buffs, and yeah, we'll just go in. We did it. Oh no, my scythe almost blew up the box. There we go. We got the hard Lotus clear out of the way. That was... yeah, I'm not too surprised how fast it was. The guild skills do a lot of extra damage. I did that in under 20 minutes. That was a super comfortable clear. It was just a matter of just trying to focus up for the 20 minutes and not die out. I did have 2 deaths pretty much back to back in the middle of that fight, so that was a little bit tilting, but I managed to just calm down a little bit to be able to clear the boss. And all the gains that we made to get to here added up, so yeah, there we go. Oh, 1 extra boss down, and this is going to be the first boss that actually gives us pitch boss that we got to clear, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm just going to swap back into my drop gear. Thankfully there's not too many pieces that I need to swap out, and we are on 334 drop rate, so let's see what we get. If we are lucky, a ring box would be awesome. Of course pitch boss if that drops, but we're just here for the money. This is our first clear. It feels so good right now. And there we go. Our first pitch boss clear. And we get a juicy new boss crystal as well from Hard Lotus. Let's see how much this sells for. This boss crystal sells for 370 mil. Wow. Back on 2 bill. I spent a little bit to upgrade my arcane symbols and stuff, so that pretty much compensated everything. Wow. Oh, we got the Hard Lotus clear out of the way. And now we can start clearing him every week to try to get some more money and also a chance at pitch boss. Not to mention also it gives us a little bit of soul Erda and kind of gets us a bit closer to our 6 job skill, so that works out too. With that being said though, I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and thank you for joining me on my journey so far. We finally got our Hard Lotus clear out of the way, and now we are just moving on to the next set of bosses. I do want to be able to try to clear normal Darknell, which is, I think, well within our grasp. It's been a few days since the 5.10.15, so you can see I've actually leveled up. I'm pretty close to getting to level 263, which is my main gate when it comes to Darknell because he's a 265 boss. And of course, we're going to be working our way towards doing Hard Damien as well. I've already done it for this week, so next week he's going to be our goal. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and as always, have a nice day.